All right, everybody, let's do an update really quick. Nothing severe out there of any kind, thankfully, but we're still watching the radar anyway, sitting back here. Wanted to do an update here. Had a little cell there, very, very briefly. As you can see, had a little bit of red showing up, maybe some pea-size hail with that, but it moved on out of the area. We got a good little downpour here at the station. All that's moving off to the northeast now. Going toward Fort Payne, Lakeview, Fife, Rainsville. Now, this little cell now is not even a thunderstorm. It just broke apart into a shower. That's one reason why I gave the little warning out. Said, hey, if you're in Crossville, Geraldine, Dawson, Boaz, Kilpatrick, Lathanville, you might get some small hail out of this. But as you can see, it fell apart beyond there. So that's why I haven't tracked it any further. But we are continuing to see some showers, maybe some thunderstorms developing, and there is just a bit of energy hanging out, and you can really see where that's at. Let me get it up to one panel here instead of two, so you can really zoom out and see where that energy is hanging out at. Of course, there is some showers up in Jackson County, some heavier stuff, but stuff I'm watching is actually going to be along this line here, extending southwest. Now, I made that go a little bit too far north. Sorry about that. But anyway, you get the general idea. You can see where they're really kind of popping up at and where they're not. So it's not looking too bad, but let's move back to the southwest. Now, as you can see, this is tending to kind of move our way. Now, no warnings or anything on this stuff here at this moment, but we're continuing to watch it. Everything has been really broken up. There's nothing, really organized. This is the most organized part of the storm that I've seen. So, as you can see, there is some gusty winds in there. That's about, all that I'm seeing at the moment is some gusty winds in there along that. Let's see how high some of these gusts are getting up to here. So, yeah, there's some 40-mile-per-hour winds in there. This is beaming a little bit high up, so I'm going to say some 30 to 40. I wouldn't rule out some 50, mile per hour wind gust in there. That's going to be, of course, well away from us. This is heading to the east, southeast there toward Natural Bridge, Lynn, Double Springs area. So it's still a good ways away from us. So let's get back up here to where we're at. And let's check out Jackson County here. Haven't been seeing a lot. I mean, there have been some heavier showers up there in Jackson County. Haven't even seen any thunderstorms there, but there could have been some rumbles of thunder with these as they move through. No doubt about it. But severe threat, honestly, kind of hanging south. As you can see, we have some lightning markers showing up, and it made peak intensity as it moved into the Kilpatrick area and then on past Crossville and Dawson. So we did have a little bit of a thunderstorm, so we could see where that energy is mainly contained right in this area. So I'm going to be watching these areas as this continues to move through and see if anything happens, because that's where our energy's at. You can see the storms developing. That's the only thunderstorm I've seen tonight, except for the storms in Mississippi. So we'll continue to watch that. Low threat of any damaging winds, tornadoes, hail, but of course, there is a risk until this gets on out of here. Let me look at the energy really quick, see what all's changed. Let's go take a look, see what all's changed here. Let me open it back up. Get my models up here. Okay. Hope everybody's having a good night. I know I've had a lot of people asking, I'll just go to bed. I mean, is it really going to do anything? I can't say, go to bed because, as bad as I want to, I want to say, yeah, just go to bed, because my feeling says it's not going to do much. But, I'm human, and if it ends up doing something, guess who it comes down on? Me, because I said go to bed. So until it gets out of here, not going to say that just yet. But I could tell you it doesn't look, very good at this point as far as severe weather goes. So let's take a look at our storm relative helicity and see if anything has changed here. That was at 7 o'clock, so. Okay. So that is at 3 a.m. right there. So let's back it up a little bit. So yeah, you can see where our energy is kind of hanging out at. If you look at this, you see that the brighter colors there, that's where the heaviest energy is at. And of course, we've had some going up toward Jackson County too. But let's see, 1 a.m. So we're at 12 a.m. right now. So that would be 0500. So let's back it up to 0500. So this is what we're looking at right now. You can see where those storms are firing. Southern Marshall County, Boaz, Albertville area, and then entering into the far southwest portion of DeKalb County, and then they're just weakening on out. So you can see where a bit of energy is at. There's not a lot, but there's just a little bit of energy there. And the best energy is the southwest. There's some pretty good markers there. Let's look at the Cape. Let's go forward with that. So we are right here at 05, which will be midnight. So we're a little bit after midnight. We do have that energy still showing up, mainly southern Marshall County. Of course, there is some energy scattered out across. But looks like all this gets completely out of here. This right here showing, 5 a.m. It's completely out of here, but I'm not thinking it's going to take that long for this to move out, to be honest. It's moving out quicker than what I thought it would. Let's take a look at our energy helicity index if I didn't already look at that. Let's go to 05. So, yes, not a lot to work with at all. Most of it stays south of us, but we can still see some strong storms or two. Maybe a severe storm. So those updraft helicity tracks is what you want to kind of keep an eye on, because they give you an idea where, the storms of the best updrafts will be. And all of them are pointing for it to be south of us. I mean, all those updrafts, all south of here. We'll look at another run on this, a maximum run on it. Okay, so yeah, south of us, looks like south of us has the best. Some hail maybe in some of those storms to the south of us, but big stuff kind of stays well south of here. So sorry, just kind of looking around at some of the models in the background, and I realized it did not even switch out. Even though I had it set to switch out, it didn't switch out. So sorry about that. I know everybody's probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about. Let me fix this. Sorry about that. Let's back it back down here. Okay, so we're looking at our updraft helicity. It gives you an idea where the updrafts will be, hail, all that good stuff. Again, all that south of us, as you can see, those little marks coming out, and they're not really intense anyway. So maybe some smaller hail with some of that. And of course, the energy. There's not a lot of energy with this system, up here. It's all south of us. So that's one, good thing that we're missing is the energy. There's not a lot there. Sorry, there was another model that I was trying to find here. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I was looking at. Okay, so we are at 05, which would be midnight. So that's where we're at right now. We're at midnight. And there is some energy out there, but not a lot. As you can see, most of it's south of us. So not seeing a lot out there as far as it goes. There could be some strong stuff. It will be very windy. There is a lot of, there is some wind shear there. We'll take a look at that. Let's go to that wind shear. So we do have some wind shear. It's not crazy intense, but there is some wind shear there. Of course, seeing the best wind shear south of here, that's going to be along some of those stronger storms there to the south and southwest. Still can't rule out a strong thunderstorm up here. Looks like south of us, maybe Etowah County, around Cherokee County there, they could see maybe a strong thunderstorm or two, maybe even a severe, but severe threat looks to be mainly south. And severe threat will progress to the southeast as we go on into tomorrow. There will be a marginal risk out for much of Mississippi, southeastern portions of Mississippi, that is, due to this wind shear and stuff. Could bring in, a few severe thunderstorms along that too. But getting back into our area, there's not a lot to work with. The wind shear, that's basically what we got to work with right now. It's 55 degrees. It's not warm out at all. But the wind shear, something we're keeping an eye on. Let's get back to radar and we'll take a look. So seeing another thunderstorm developing along some of that energy there, as I was mentioning. Now, these are ahead of the main line, so we do have another thunderstorm here approaching Boaz right now. And it's firing along the little bit of energy that's down here. There's not much, but there is some energy here, starting to see some development again. So it shouldn't stay strong long, but it could. Looks like everything falls apart when it reaches this point, and that's where pretty much the energy runs out. It's like literally right across this point here, as you can see, and it weakens out. So could it go further? Yes, depending on a lot of factors. But right now it's weakening as it gets toward us, or here in DeKalb County anyway. And Marshall County, of course, Albertville, Boaz. Looks like it's going to be south of Albertville, so around Boaz. Little thunderstorm coming in now. Looking at the scan, doesn't look very intense. Let's get the velocity scan. Take a look at that. Yeah, there is some higher wind gust in there, so I'm picking up a 45 miles per hour there going toward Douglas. So there could be some 20 to 30 mile per hour winds with this. Some higher gust won't rule out, but there is a little pocket of some higher winds. Was noticing that on the reflectivity. Particularly due to that little bow out right there. So that's actually going toward Boaz. So Boaz, you may get some gusty winds. The radar was lagging just a little bit. So may get some gusty winds there in Boaz, Sardis City areas. And if it don't weaken out, which I'm sure it will, it may move into Kilpatrick, then into southwest portions of DeKalb County. Let's get the scan back up. Okay, so yeah, seeing that little pocket of wind there. Some 40 mile per hour it says, so I'm going to say 30. So yeah, we do have some wind going on around Boaz there. Okay, so Boaz, get ready for some wind. Some 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gust could go up to 40 with it. That is a possibility. And don't think I'm forgetting about Jackson County. I know there's people that watches in Jackson County, but believe me, if there was something I was, concerned about, I would be right on it. As you can see, there's nothing of concern, not even a thunderstorm up there. Pretty weak up here. Like the energy's pretty much non-existent up here at this point. It's all down here, kind of in DeKalb and, Marshall counties in our viewing area anyway. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Evan Reed 123, very windy. Where are you located at there, if you don't mind? No problem. I've been up all night with this, so, I knew it was going to be a busy night. So, whether it got severe or not, updating and creating those graphics, it takes a long time to create those graphics. It's not easy to do any of that. So, yeah, it is definitely not. And let me grab something really quick. Always having people ask about this. Let me grab it really quick. me pull this up here, see if I can get it to come over. So yeah, if you have gusty winds or anything, let me know, where you're at, where you're seeing it at, all that good stuff. Now, yeah, this is what I was wanting to get at, by the way, this big thing here. Anybody'd like to, send a donation, say thanks, whether it's $1, 50 cents, I don't really care how much it is. I'm happy with whatever. So there's my Cash App if you would be interested in doing that. No obligation to do that at all, but it does help support the channel. So we do appreciate it if you would, but you don't have to. So like and share our content. If you don't want to do that or you can't do that, it's all good. Just wanted to put that up there. So I am hearing some thunder outside. And it is weakening. So, there is some thunderstorms, but as you see, it has weakened out again. So our energy's kind of hanging out in between, looks like the Albertville Boaz area and the southwest portion of DeKalb County, but starting to see it all, break up a bit. This is the initial line of thunderstorms that's ahead of the main line. So these should be moving on out pretty shortly, and they're not, looking the most intense. Got a little lightning strike there just northeast of Albertville. And let's take a look at this main line here. I'm seeing a lot of lightning strikes out of that main line. Let's look at that. Yeah, it's not looking good at all when it comes, when I say that, like, the line doesn't look good. It looks really pathetic, to be honest. It could change, but I don't think it will. There could be some strong stuff, but we'll watch it anyway. It's still moving in. And I had the newest timeline out for that. I don't know what I did with it, but I just had it up here. Bear with me, everybody. Going to try to get that timeline up. Let me look at the comments, make sure I ain't missing nobody here. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well. You're north of Eider. Okay, it's windy to the north of Eider. Yeah, it's going to get windy, altogether as this cold front approaches. So, okay, sorry, that's not the graphic that I want to show. That's actually one of the older ones. So, working on getting the new one up. I just hate it when you can't find what you want to find. It's so annoying. All right, bear with me, everybody. I may have to actually go on my Facebook here, which I'm doing now, and I'm going to load it up because it looks like it's wanting to be a pain. Let's reload that up. I should be able to get it on the screen here. Okay. Should be able to load it right up. There it goes, but it's not really fitting the screen too good. But okay, so we have some thunderstorms continuing to move on through. Now, northwest Alabama, your threat of severe weather is over with. Now, that was, a graphic I made earlier. So it's past northwest Alabama. So, if you are in Russellville, looks like Russellville and Florence area, your threat of severe weather is it's over with. It's moving out. If you're in Athens, which Athens is just right outside of the severe threat area. If you're in Decatur, Hartselle, this is coming, at you like probably right now, I believe, looking at the models or the radar. Yeah, it's just now moving into Decatur and Hartselle area. It will get into Huntsville here pretty shortly. That's the timeline, but it's coming in quicker than the timeline predicted. That's from the high-resolution rapid refresh models. That's what the timeline we went by. So it's a little bit off. As I stated, it's estimated. It could be a little bit off. So looks like it's moving into that area between, like right now, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., and then it'll move on through our area approximately 2 a.m., maybe 3 a.m. It'll get on through our area, and that's the main area that I'm concerned with right now is, for any severe weather would be DeKalb and Marshall County. So let me get back to our station here because I'm really far out. So yeah, nothing severe, just some scattered showers out there, some thunderstorms, thunder and lightning, heavy rain, all moving in, but not seeing a lot else. So not going to keep everybody on here too long. Just wanted to update. And, of course, I'll keep you updated if anything else happens. So we're going to step back here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Hello, Mike. Hope you're well. Haven't heard from you in a little bit. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate it. Destiny Road, and hello. No problem for covering Pisgah there, or, a little bit, looking a little bit south of that area right now. But, yeah, you'll have some thunderstorms move into that area, or actually up in Jackson County, northern parts of Marshall County. And, we'll all probably get some thunderstorms, especially the southern portion of Marshall County and southwest southern portion of DeKalb, and on through DeKalb County. So those two areas you pretty much bank on. You're probably going to hear some thunder before the night's over with, maybe some gusty winds. But north of there is a threat, but it's not as high. So that being said, going to get off of here. And Tessa and Aberville, have you had any gusty winds? Just curious about that. I know there was a cell developed just south of you there. So, and my lady's watching. Hey, hon. She just showed me the live stream. But yeah, no better way to do the night than sit here, radios on, listen to traffic, and watching my favorite. I have to think what his name is. He's a GTA 5 roleplay police. JQ, I think is his name. He's a role player for GTA 5 police. It's actually really interesting. I really like watching him. Okay, it's a little bit windy. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of rain outside here. I'm sure you can hear it in the background. But, all right, thanks, everybody, for watching. Going to get off here. If anything pops up, we'll let you know. Wanted to do an update. So take care. God bless. We'll see you. Stay weather aware. We're almost through with this, so I'll be able to call it clear here probably pretty shortly. I did want to have a look at something, though, that just grabbed my attention before I get off here. Yeah, we got a nice little thunderstorm developing there, too. All right, so, yeah, if you're in Albertville, Douglas, Boaz, Crossville, Skirham, Geraldine, any of them areas, you could have some storms that could be strong with some gusty winds. Didn't want to leave out Kilpatrick area if I didn't say that, but mostly that's where the energy's hanging out at. So, we'll watch it, but more than likely that's the areas that's going to hear the most thunder and lightning. But no matter where you're at, you could get some tonight and some gusty winds. But we'll watch it. Going to get out of here. Thanks, guys. Be sitting back here watching. Have a great night, everybody.